Our first vocabulary word is asserted. Asserted has twin consonants at the very beginning. One is silent, you could cross it out. It has an R-controlled ER, and then it has suffix ed, which means it happened in the past. To assert, or if you've asserted yourself, means that you have said what you believe. So what that means, if you assert yourself to someone, you basically tell them your opinion. You say, this is the way it is, and that's the way it's going to be because I believe it. You are asserting your opinion. I assert my opinion all the time with you guys. And it's so funny when I do because you guys give me a hard time all the time. But I'm all the time telling you which school is the best college. I always say that the best college is OSU. You guys know how much I like my Cowboys, go to the football games. I'm a big fan of OSU. And I'm always saying, hey, OSU is number one. That's what I assert. I'm asserting my opinion that OSU is the best out there. Now, that's when you guys come in. And most of you want to assert your own opinion that there's something that's better. Some school you like better. And when I listen to you guys, I don't ever agree, but I do listen to you because you all have your own opinions. The majority of you try to tell me that your opinion, you try to assert this all the time, is that OU is the best. The OU Sooners, you think that they're number one. And a lot of times you'll assert your opinion and try to yell and tell me, no, OU is number one. They're better. You're asserting your opinion. You're saying what you believe. Doesn't mean that it's what I believe because we can believe different things. But when you tell somebody your opinion like that, you are asserting yourself. So earlier I asserted that OSU was the best. Then you asserted OU was the best. We didn't agree, but we were both stating our opinions, and we were really wanting to make sure that we wanted you to know that we believe what we believe in a very strong way. Go draw a picture of you asserting your opinion of what you think is the best. It might be you asserting your opinion over chocolate ice cream is better than vanilla. You are stating what you believe in a strong way. Draw a picture of yourself asserting your opinion about something right now. Our next word is offended. Offended is a word that has a suffix on the end, which I'm putting in a box now. Suffix ed, happened in the past. It's also got twin consonants, just like asserted did, where when twin consonants stand side by side, one is usually silent, cross it out. So you hear the offended, you hear the sound, because O is obscure and tries to make the sound of U. That happens sometimes when it's the first in a sentence, or first in a word. So we have and then and then we have short E. You also see the word end right here. Offended. Offended. That is the word offended. Offended is when somebody makes you mad. They make you mad, or they make you irritated. They do something that makes you feel, you just don't agree with it, okay? You just don't agree with it at all. A lot of times when we're outside at the playground, you guys will be doing the normal little swing thing. You'll be out there on the swings. And I'll look over and I'll see two people, and they'll be kind of arguing. Like one person may be sitting on the swing, swinging back and forth, and the other person will be standing by the pole. Well, you know why you guys stand by the pole. You're waiting on your turn. And I'll see these two people, and they'll be arguing back and forth. Like, hey, it's my turn. No. It's my turn. I've been waiting for 30 minutes. We've only been outside for 10. You guys are just arguing back and forth. And the person that's over here waiting, he'll be offended mad and irritated because he hasn't got his turn. And the person swinging will be offended because this person's yelling at him. They're just really irritating each other. And when we argue, a lot of times when we argue with somebody, it's where we disagree, we get offended really easily. We get really offended. So offended is when someone makes you mad or somebody does something that makes you irritated at them. Think of a time that you've been offended. Might have been on our playground. Might have been at home with a brother or sister. Maybe you have a little brother or sister that wouldn't leave your stuff alone. Or maybe someone just told you something that wasn't very nice. A lot of times we get offended when someone says something that's not very nice. Draw a picture of a time you've been offended now. Our next word is retorted. If you retorted, you basically have told someone you disagreed with them or you backtalked them. I bet how many of you have had parents that said, "Don't you backtalk me." When you say something back to somebody. A lot of times you backtalk your friends. Your friend will tell you something and you'll talk back to them. But the word retorted is basically a fancy word for to backtalk. You've got the suffix ed at the end, which means that when you've retorted, it happened in the past. You also have a long E at the beginning, an R-controlled OR that makes the or sound. So when you read this word, you have retort. That's the base word, retorted. So we don't hear the word retorted very much. But what that means is that you backtalk somebody. Let's say you were outside and you were walking and you saw these, say you're over here and you're trying to walk on the sidewalk, right? And while you're trying to walk on the sidewalk, let's say some big old high school kids come through here. Now, we all know the high school kids, sometimes they can be rude, right? They can come through and make all kinds of noise, and they might have their hair all spiky and weird, and we're like, "What are y'all doing?" Because we're just trying to walk on the sidewalk. Well, you might have one of those guys push you down or even tell you, "Hey, get out of the way." That's them being rude. Well, that probably would make you angry. If somebody told you, "Hey, get out of the way," and maybe they even said, "Hey, little kid, get out of the way," you would probably be like, "Ugh, that's so rude." And your response would probably be something to retort something back. Like, "Make me." Probably not a good idea if it's a big high school kid because, they are bigger than you. But if you were to say, "Make me," you're retorting back to them. You're back-talking them. It means you're going to sound angry because you're not happy. If somebody says something to you that's rude, you're not going to be happy. You're probably going to be pretty irritated. So back-talking in a way where you're mad or angry is called retorting or to retort. And in this sense, with the suffix ed, it means it happened in the past. Yesterday, I was going to the playground, and this high school kid shoved me out of the way and said, "Hey, little kid, get out of my way." And I retorted, "Why don't you make me?" That's what it is, okay? I want you to think of a time you've retorted to somebody. Maybe it was your brother or sister. Maybe it was to one of your friends. Maybe it was to one of your moms or dads. And I bet if you did it with your mom or dad, you might be getting in a little bit of a trouble. Draw a picture of that now. The next word is congenial. Congenial is a really unusual word. When you look at it, there's a lot of things that look really odd. What do you see right here? You see a G before an E, and we know that makes that G say the J sound. Congenial. All right? So congenial means that you are several things. It means you are kind. It means you are considerate. It means that you are a friend to others. It means that you have good manners. It means that you can be counted on, that you do the polite, nice thing all the time. I was going into the building this morning, and I had quite a bit of stuff in my hands. You guys know how I always have bags, right? I had my bags. I had my computer. I was trying to carry all this stuff, and man, I couldn't get in there. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to open that door. And one of my first graders from a long time ago came, and the first thing she said, oh, word bubble here, she said, "Can I help?" And she was very congenial. She really wanted to help me. She was a good student that I'd had a long time ago, and she wanted to do something kind. She wanted to be considerate. So she ended up opening the door for me so that I could get all this stuff in without dropping it. She pulled the door open. She said, "Can I help, Miss Rena?" And I said, "Yes, of course." She was very congenial. She held the door for me. Doing something like that for someone else, being considerate or being kind and trying to help others, that is something that a congenial person would do. Think of a time that you've done something that was congenial. Maybe you held the door for someone. Maybe you helped someone pick up stuff that fell out of their bag. Maybe you just said hello, how are you to someone just to be nice, to make them feel like that they were welcome and that that everything was going great. That is being congenial. Draw a picture of yourself being congenial now. The next word we have is congregate. Congregate has the short O sound, con. Then we have a blend of G-R, congr. And then we have a gate, congregate. And the way that comes together, you guys notice that long E, or the long A, made by the sneaky E, which is going to be silent. Congregate. You may have heard the word congregation before. For those of you that attend a church service, the congregation is the group of people that join together to praise and worship on Sundays. Congregation is a form of the word congregate, which means to get together. Right now, we are congregated on the rug. We are all congregated and put in a group right here. If I told us all, hey, let's all go congregate by the door, we would all go stand by the door in a group, because to congregate means to be together in a group, whether it's a group of people, whether it's people you know or not. If you're in a group of people and you all have gone to a common location, you are congregating. Okay? In a little bit, I'm going to tell you all, hey, we're going to congregate at the library. That means we're all going to go to the library together as a group. Okay? Think of a time you've been with a group of people that you were told to congregate somewhere. Think about me telling you, hey, everybody go to the rug. We're going to congregate there. Draw a picture of yourself congregating on the rug now. The last vocabulary word is probably the easiest for you this week. Now, it does have a suffix, F-U-L, which means full. If we look at the base word, we've got a digraph, C-H. We've got two E's, which normally would make a digraph E, but it's not going to say the sound of E. It's actually a little bit of a rule breaker. These two E's with that R are going to say ear. Okay? So first sound is ch. Ear, full. Cheerful. Now, full, the suffix means full of whatever word comes first. So this basically means that you are full of cheer. And if you know what cheer means, you know cheer means that you are super duper happy. If you are cheerful, you're a happy little dude, just like this guy with the little mohawk. You are full of cheer. You might come into school every morning and say, hey, good morning. Think of what you sound like if you are cheerful. You're full of cheer. You're in a good mood. Draw a picture of yourself saying something that shows you being cheerful now.